Happy Taco Tuesday. Oh, some people said it would never come back, but it's here, baby. Taco Tuesday has returned once again. Oh, tonight, I think I'm actually probably going to do a combination. Maybe a shrimp taco, and then maybe a chicken taco. Probably going to hold off on the beef tacos until our next Taco Tuesday. I mean, anything can happen. We could face utter doom. There could be a nuclear winter, or I should say nuclear summer. There could be a zombie apocalypse. But Taco Tuesday is probably most likely going to come right back. So, yeah, we're going to, substitute the beef tacos. Okay, so, we're going to be doing something right now to really pass the time by in the background. And for anyone who is listening to this video, it really doesn't matter what I do on RuneScape, but we're going to cook some lobsters. Yeah. For the average person, cooking lobsters in Cather Bay, that's like a joke, right? Really? What if I told you cooking lobsters in Cather Bay used to be a death sentence? Whoa! All right, so a couple things I want to talk about before getting in depth into this pod. Firstly, thank you all so much for watching, subscribing, turning on the notification bell. It definitely really does show. And right now we are in, I'm actually having some graphical issues. I'm probably going to end up getting a new monitor, which I actually haven't gotten a new monitor in quite some time. But yes, we're in low definition of RuneScape. However, our story topic today has to deal with the old dark ages of RuneScape that the newer generations of RuneScape, yes, generations, never really had to deal with per se. Firstly, go over some housekeeping things. Like I said, if you're enjoying these pods, enjoying these, where are my raw lobsters? There we go. Enjoying these new adventure NightmareRH style videos, definitely thumbs it up. Let me know in the comment section below. And some other housekeeping things. These videos have been getting a tremendous amount of comments, more than usual, so I can't really, reply to them all, but I do scroll through them. I did lower the intro to this video, The Last of Us on RuneScape. For anyone who doesn't know, The Last of Us on RuneScape pretty much refers to a niche group of people that are pretty much the equivalent of, Vietnam veterans, because we have played RuneScape from as early as 2001. I came into this game early June of 2005, and yeah, there are people that have never experienced the old style of RuneScape of 2001 to I want to say really pre-Grand Exchange. Because once the Grand Exchange got installed, a lot of things really changed on this game forever. But like I said, if you are watching this video and you are not in that generation, there's absolutely nothing wrong. I mean, I think that is remarkably awesome because that means the game is growing. I obviously want more players on this game because without new players, RuneScape is going away, baby. Then NightmareRH has to build his own RuneScape. It's if RuneScape ever shut down, ooh, that is a good talking podcast. Ooh, yes. If RuneScape shut down, how many private servers do you think would open up? Obviously, every content creator would probably have their own private server. I would have my own private server. SparkMac, Odablock, Bodhi, it's every single person out there, etc., 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 would have their private server. Gross Gore, he actually hit me up the other day on Twitter or X. He's back to doing a ton of streaming on Twitch, and he asked me permission to use my voice, my sound bites during his live streams. Gave him permission. I actually tuned in. I saw some sound bites of Alex Jones, which was absolutely hilarious. And other people as well. He had Odablock sound bites on there too. I would definitely love to coordinate something with Grow Score, because Grow Score is a first generation of RuneScapian content creator. I actually was watching Grow Score videos before I even started making videos. I watched him in his tool shed. So if any of you all watching are hardcore Grow Score fans, send this clip to him. I remember the video of him in his it had to have been tool shed, and I think I can't remember who he was screaming at, but I don't know, it's just motivational. I'm like, oh yeah, I got a lot of things to scream about too. How the hell do I start making videos? And here I am today. So yeah, Grow Score is definitely a first generation content creator on RuneScape. And I don't know when he started playing RuneScape. That would definitely be a great thing to talk about in, an interview. But I started playing RuneScape early June 2005. It's obviously he had to have been playing RuneScape way before me, because his RuneScape account was definitely beefed up, way more beefed up than mine when it came to stats and everything. I remember. I think it was also I really into PKing as well. But anyways, yeah. So that's going to be some like future stuff as well. Hopefully, but some other housekeeping stuff I want to go over before we dive into the main talking point of this pod. And I want to keep the first 10 minutes or less basically doing a recap really quickly, which I don't really have so much going over my previous pod. I did make a playlist for anyone who wants to see all these. I'll show that momentarily on the screen. All my links are down below in the description of this video as well. My Discord link, all my links as well, social media links, and also the playlist link as well. Keeping intro simple, between 5 to 10 minutes. Already covered that. Any major updates from Jagex? They didn't really post anything too critical on their social media. No new videos as well. So there's really nothing updates coming from the Jagex team. But as for our main topic that we're going to be talking about today is actually, give me 1 minute. Or second, I should say. I always say 1 minute, but realistically, it's like under 10 seconds. That's water. I wish that was a beer. Modelo. Probably gonna have some Modelos tonight. Oh, thank you, Taco Tuesday. I love you, Taco Tuesday. Whoever decided, who invented Taco Tuesday? Hang on. Hold on. Who invented Taco Tuesday? Let's find this out. Gregory Barr some point began a taco promotion February 6, 1979. 1979. I thought, honestly, Taco Tuesday was around, to be perfectly honest, a lot, longer. But a lot of, food out there, I mean, there are significantly a lot of newer foods out there, aka Chick-fil-A. Okay, so there it is. Taco Tuesday really isn't 100 years old, kind of like I thought. But then again, I have no food history at all. I'm very, it's actually, I love history. I love RuneScape history. I love world history. When it comes to food history, and I just love eating the food. Let me just put it this way. Give me all the food. But yeah, so main talking point in this video that we're going to be diving into, probably right, meow. RuneScape used to be dangerous. Oh. So if you are the last of us, if you played RuneScape before the Grand Exchange, now actually, this is the, what video now are we on? The 4th or 5th video? Hang on, let me pull up. Let me go ahead and pull up my YouTube really quickly. Where are you? If anyone is driving right now, please don't like swerve away. I've done enough swerving to do birdhouses runs than you can imagine. Shh. Okay, so this is number 5 that we are on. This is our 5th Last of Us video. And I didn't really put like an exact date of like The Last of Us on RuneScape or for you to really say like to classify yourself as Last of Us on RuneScape. But let me go ahead and look this up really quickly. Grand Exchange RuneScape. I think it had to have been winter of 2007. Winter 2007, here it is. Grand Exchange. Oh, I got it. Yep. So I believe it was right before God Wars. Also, they removed the free trade. This is like the first time where RuneScape had an exodus of players. Oh, that is a good talking point topic too. Hang on, I gotta jot this down in my handy dandy notebook. Let's see. Exodus. Exodus is a great band, by the way. Oh God, Toxic Waltz. I have never seen Exodus live. I know plenty of people who have done the Wall of Death, and they tell me that their body hurts. I've seen Hatebreed 8 times. I got my ass kicked. Yeah, all 8 times. That's it. I mean, so I really got to make it to an Exodus. Exodus times on RuneScape. RuneScape has had a lot of those times. Okay, so we actually got a new talking point to a video that we're going to do in the future, but check this out really quickly, and then we're going to dive hardcore into this pod. So the Grand Exchange came out. Where did it come out? 26 November 2007. So if you played RuneScape up until 26 November 2007, I would say you are the equivalent of a Vietnam veteran on RuneScape. Because, yeah, RuneScape never had an exodus of players. So when I say The Last of Us on RuneScape, I'm talking about people that are still playing RuneScape to this day that played during that time period. And if you are new to RuneScape, God bless you. Like I said, recruit your mom, recruit your dad, recruit your grandpa. Like, do a seance and have all your dead family members. I mean, hell, I'll do a seance and I'll bring back my grandmother who's deceased. She needs to learn how to use the internet. Come on, Grandma. RuneScape needs new people. Let's go. Let's go. Even though you're like 90 something if you were still alive, but come on. Let's go. And then I'll bring back my great grandparents. Yeah, you got to start playing RuneScape. Needs new. We got to repopulate. We got to repopulate. Oh boy, yeah, repopulation on RuneScape is good. But anyways, I definitely went over the 10 minutes that I wanted to keep to a minimum. Okay, so RuneScape used to be dangerous. That is a factual statement. For The Last of Us, RuneScape used to be insanely dangerous. Before the Grand Exchange came out, there were vast majority of dangerous things on this game. So I got a story that I want to share to you all. And it involves literally right here on this spot. But before I share this story, I actually found some old screenshots from 2006. And I was a little disappointed because I swear to God, I thought that I had screenshots from 2005. I got to check some other external like hard drives and stuff. Because I'm almost positive I got screenshots from like winter of 2005. But the oldest screenshot that I found was September 6, 2006. And let me go ahead and add this screen. Oh, like how many Like, oh, come on, man. Like, hang on. When you see this, like, game client, you gotta, like, it just brings back, like, memories. It really does. 2006 RuneScape, this was before that I paid 15 mil for a dragon chain body. I was rocking a rune gold kite shield, rune gold chest. Dragon Med Helm was 500k. Plate legs, I believe, was like 3 mil. A D long was like a couple 100k. I had a Glorion at the time, not a Fury. And yeah, I was leading a friend across Wolf Mountain because it was very dangerous. So you could die just traveling from side. I used to literally carry around pieces of food in my inventory. That's how dangerous RuneScape was. Going from Lumbridge to Varrock walking, you would be attacked. Going from, like, Falador to Cathabay, if you did not have the mage level, you would be attacked. It was dangerous. You could die. There was no death's office. There was, like, no blessing of grace. Like, you had 2 minutes to get your shit back. Otherwise, it's over. Game over. Seeing that screenshot, oh man, just seeing that screenshot just absolutely brings back some memories. And hold on here. I gotta pull something up really quickly because I can't be looking at these where are you? I know I got you somewhere. Where are you? Because I cannot be looking at these screenshots without some nostalgic feeling running through my veins here. I thought I had. Yeah, boy. What's this? Speaking of X, by the way, do people call it X or titty? Not titty. Twitter, X. It's obviously everyone knows what I'm talking about, but yes. Let's see. Okay. What is something that I remember the most? This is probably the most that I remember, like, just going through RuneScape. I think this came on, like, the most. Even though we've listened to this, like, so many times already, but still. You can't be talking about the old days on RuneScape and not have this song pop into your head. Like, it just is... It's ball aching. In a good way. Very good way. Let's see. What other screenshots do we have? Let me go ahead and pull them up. So this one is September. I gotta lower this a little bit. There we go. This one is September 17th, 2006. I was on DSL. Oh my God, man. And I'm sure that you all have so many screenshots. Let's see. So I was at Varrock, which this is before the Grand Exchange. I was actually doing merchanting. So I ended up buying my Dragon Chain just probably 1 week later. So yeah, 1 week. So I ended up buying a Dragon Chain 1 week later. So sometime around middle of December, early September 2006, it was 15 mil. Actually, might have been 16. It's 15, 16 mil. And then, yeah, my outfit was expensive. And I was also, I had my own merchanting business. That's how I made the vast majority of my GP is by merchanting flax and pure essence. And I would buy them in large quantities and meet people at Varrock to do trading before the Grand Exchange. Just crazy. Seeing these memories literally just, I mean, seeing these screenshots just have crazy amount of memories. But yeah, the other ones, let's see. Where are you really quickly? Oh, actually, wait a second. Oh my god. Somebody put some powder on their hand and completely slapped me across the face. I actually lied. I actually have an earlier screenshot in September, June 14th, 2006. I think this is my 1-year anniversary on RuneScape. I think this is the reason why I took this screenshot. So I think that I started playing RuneScape either June 14th or June or somewhere around then. But wish my fish he stays in my bed. Oh, everyone! I was 16 years old when I took the screenshot. Obviously, a lot of people were probably like 8 years old playing this game. And also MapleStory was very big back then too, if you all remember. But just look at that. Like, oh man, like just you're talking old school type clients, 2006 type clients. Oh, that's just absolutely crazy. And then the last screenshot is November 30th, 2006. I was actually fighting hill giants. I used to make so much money off hill giants because I would literally kill them for combat EXP. And then I would hoard the big bone. So if you back in the old years, you could get premium people to actually buy your stuff in large quantities, and they would overpay like insane amounts, right? So I would go ahead and bank like 2, 3, 4,000 big bones. I should have gone prayer levels, but I didn't. But people would pay like near double. It was absolutely insane. I made so much GP. This person messaging me, just saw that I was a baller. And back then, like, people would literally beg for money. It was crazy. And one of the ways that people would beg for money is that they would pretend to be a girl and pretend to flirt with you. And this person was like semi-flirting with me, but yeah. I was basically talking, just find other ways to make money. I would merch if I had something good to merch. Need money to start with, to merch. That all. I think I left out definitely left out the T in that. And then this person tried hitting on me for GP. I mean, I know that I'm gorgeous, but yeah, my RuneScape character was even more gorgeous. Okay, so let me tell you my story of how I almost had a nervous breakdown and probably I probably would have quit RuneScape, to be perfectly honest. So a little after, I want to say Christmas of 2006, so early 2007, January, February 2007, I really don't know. I got to do some hardcore diving, and I really couldn't find the answer. My bank was well beyond 100 mil. I was probably in the status of maybe a billionaire back then in 2007, and I wanted to buy myself something nice. And I had to. I was leaning towards a red Halloween mask, which was 45 mil, or a dragon. I believe a dragon full helm. Let me see. When did let me just double check this. When did the dragon full helm come out? Let's see. RuneScape dragon full helm. When did you come out? July 2007. Maybe it wasn't the dragon full helm because I wasn't on RuneScape July 2007. I honestly can't remember. I gotta do some deep diving, but I had to choose between an item, and I chose this, which was 45 mil, and it was absolutely crazy. I was cooking lobsters to get 99 cooking on because back in 2007, skill capes were irrelevant. only the super wealthy or only the like they had no incentive. Nobody had incentives to get 99s. It was all about leveling up your stats, going and PKing. That was like the premise of the game. You got to level up your stats. You got to go and PK. I just chose to build a GP empire instead. But yeah, I mean, I was rocking an Obsidian Cape, which ironically an Obby Cape right now, which is just absolutely crazy on old school RuneScape, is 900k. Back then, it was like 500k. A Obby Kite back then was about the same. And then a 15, 16 mil Dragon Chain. I believe D legs were like 3 mil. Rune Boots were a couple 100k. Dragon Axe was, I think, like 3 mil-ish. Yeah, that's absolutely pathetic. And a Fury, I believe, was like maybe like 3-4 mil back then. And then Red Halloween Mass Majority. So I was getting 99 cooking here, and I chose lobsters because you all got to remember this. And for The Last of Us, you will remember there were no calculators back then. You had to do the math by like ourselves. You had to do some calculations, man. Do you know how stressful that was? Like, the average RuneScapian back then was like maybe below 10. Mathematics was never my strong point in life, but still, you had to do the math, and back then you would lose money by cooking sharks. So I ended up doing lobsters all the way to 99 with my cooking gauntlets. Yeah, I mean, today you got the luxury of having a... Where are you? Where are you at? Exactly, my point. Today you got the luxury of having this. A calculator. So anyone new on RuneScape, thank the stars, thank whatever god you worship. Like, the cooking calculator is an amazing thing. We did not have this years ago. We didn't have any of this crap. But I will say, years ago, you would lose money by doing sharks. It was crazy. I ended up making a little under 15 mil GP. It took me 2.5 weeks to cook over 100,000 lobsters. I no-lifed it, and I ended up making like 15 mil. 15 mil, once again, back in 2007, that's a lot of GP. A lot of GP. That could potentially even be like 20, 30x today on RS3. But anyways, I was getting 99 cooking, and this spot was always filled with people. Always filled with people. And I got a random event, and it was the Strange Plant. And these a-holes saw that someone was being attacked. And I was watching a movie. I remember this. I do remember this. This was a very traumatic experience for me. I was watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Love you, Buffy. I haven't seen that show in a very long time. So I was watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer episode. I can't remember what episode, but they closed the door. The door used to be able to be closed. Yeah, you would close the door, and they like, this is obviously disabled now, but they closed the door, and I was running around. I was poisoned. I was crying. Tears were dripping down my face. I was about to lose my RuneScape life, which means I would have quit the game. And finally, I got the Strange Plant to a good position, and the Strange Plant went away, but I was still poisoned. And these people would not open the door, and I'm just like, you gotta open it. And finally, I snuck in. I had about, I think, it was below 10 HP. I quickly came to the bank, banked all my stuff, and then I was just like just shaking. And it really did, was horrible, because I got this Strange Plant right when I started cooking some lobsters. So it wasn't like I had a full inventory of lobsters. And once I started getting attacked, I think maybe I had one or two lobsters in my inventory. And then I was looking away at, to the Buffy the Vampire Slayer episode, so I wasn't paying attention. But I don't know what made me glance over, and yeah, it was absolutely traumatic. It was horrifying. RuneScape used to be extremely dangerous, and I'm sure everyone out there has their own personal terrible story. I actually got a couple more, believe it or not, but we're gonna save those for later videos and stuff. Okay, so that's my experience. RuneScape used to be very dangerous during that time period where you could die. How else did RuneScape used to be dangerous? Well, random events used to be able to kill you, as I just stated, but not just the strange plants. Oh no, boys and girls. A lot of other things. When I say a lot of other things, I mean like a lot of other things. All right, so one video that I ended up making, and then I ended up making a whole different video series, but this was the first one that I made. RuneScape is annoying. I actually had to re-upload this video later on because I ended up using copyrighted music during this video, so I can't really play it. But RuneScape is annoying. If you type it into my YouTube channel, it's going to come up. And I saved a whole, and this video was uploaded September 22nd, 2008. I believe random events were still dangerous to an extent during this time period, but random events used to be more like of a nuisance than this. Before the Grand Exchange, actually, I think Jagex nerfed random events after the Grand Exchange and after they took away free trade. I'm not entirely sure. Let me go ahead and look that up after we scroll through this video here. So, in case you're just listening to this video, I'm just scrolling through this video of all old random events. The Forester, the Frog Princess, the Maze was a big one. Back during this time period, you could not. The Mine Show. Oh! This one. The most annoying thing ever. During this time frame of RuneScape, you could not skip random events. They did not go away. You either had to do the random event or you would get slapped, teleported. If you picked the wrong sandwich with the sandwich lady, she would teleport you to an unknown place on RuneScape and probably bank your items. And sometimes you could die. Yeah, how messed up is that? Forester, the Maze, the Sister, Molly the Sister, the Game Show. Some of these did have good, rewards and stuff. But yeah, so I made a video of me just literally cursing at these things, which was pretty funny. But let me go ahead and see. When did Jagex make random events? I'm asking Google. When did Jagex make random events not dangerous? Let's see. Why did Jagex remove RuneScape? When did Jagex remove the Wilderness? We'll talk about that soon. I'm not seeing... So I'm seeing old school RuneScape. I'm not seeing, like, modern day. Jagex fall out of random events. Hang on. Let me see if this one actually does something. Let me dive into this for, like, a minute here. I gotta do some digging. Yeah, I'm really sorry, guys. I'm really, I think this might be a lost period because I'm not entirely sure when random events became like non-dangerous. I want to say it was like, because they still teleported you around. Oh, don't get me wrong. Post Grand Exchange. But before the Grand Exchange, I think they were lethal. And if you didn't answer them, they would kill you. If you didn't answer, like, the guy that had the crossbow with the face mask on, he would start shooting a dart at you, and you would die. It was not good. It was certainly just not good at all. And it was very dangerous. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about post, and leading up to, like, you know, just leading up to current day. So for anyone who doesn't know, and this is pretty remarkable, I actually could not believe this, like, when I first heard about this, but yeah, it's actually, like, factual. So RuneScape 3 is a complete separate beast, and we're going to be doing quite a few pods on RuneScape 3 because we got to really talk about this. But the Wilderness, 13 August 2001, the Wilderness came out on RuneScape. However, the Wilderness has been, like, changed and altered so many different times. Obviously, 10 December, like, free trade, you know, got completely nerfed and stuff. That's a different topic. Evolution of combat. But the major rework that is just astonishing, and I think it is, where is it? Scald players, disable. Oh, here we go. So on RuneScape 3, if you do not want to be attacked by players in the wild, you can opt out of PvP. Isn't that crazy? Hang on, where is it? PvP combat restrictions, opt out. Any skull players, combat restrictions. I thought it was opt out. Why the Wilderness player? Yeah, it's actually pretty crazy. So if you go on RuneScape 3 right now, or if you start playing RuneScape 3, you will never get the same experience as, like, we did many, many years ago. It is just utterly astonishing. Maybe I passed it. Yeah, I think I passed it. Hang on. I know I found it the other day. Where are you? I think it was 2020. PvP zones, multi-zones, teleport restrictions, teleblock, combat restrictions. Hang on. Teleport skulled players. Def's office. Yeah, if you die in the wild, you go to Def's office. That's absolutely crazy. They can pick up the loot. Oh, here we go. Opt into PvP. Of course I passed it. So you have the option to opt out of PvP in the wild. Yeah, RuneScape 3 is definitely not dangerous. Not only are there no random events on RuneScape 3, not even the wild is dangerous anymore. That just blows my mind. Because one of the reasons I started playing RuneScape was to actually fight people. Ironically, I'm absolutely a terrible PKer, but, like, that just is utterly crazy. No wild on RuneScape 3. RuneScape 3 is definitely not dangerous. Not dangerous at all. And I mean, that's good. You know, it's not a bad thing. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about old school RuneScape and really the different periods, because I've also lived this as well, and so did many of you all. So I found this out in a couple videos ago. I didn't even know this was real. June 2005, 2020, my birthday, Jagex made an update where if you don't make it back to your gravestone in time, then it will go to Def's office. So your items will stay at Def's office indefinitely. You know, that's not really a bad thing, to be perfectly honest. But how did it first, like, start before Def's office? Well, when old school RuneScape, or rather 2007, I should say, launched, in 2013, it was very much like the old style of RuneScape back in RuneScape 2007. Post Grand Exchange and also post God Wars as well. Actually, did RuneScape 2007 have God Wars? I think they did. Actually, I can't remember fully. That's over 10 years ago now. Ugh. I gotta do this. Hang on. Old school RuneScape God Wars. Old school RuneScape God Wars dungeon. Oh wow. No. Ooh. Old school RuneScape launch. I forgot about that. Okay. We gotta talk about this very quickly. So, for anyone who has forgotten or doesn't know, Old School RuneScape came out 16 February 2013, which in my opinion did save RuneScape. Such a great thing. But we're going to remember that God Wars Dungeon ended up coming out later that year. I totally forgot about that. It was a really big thing. I remember making some videos on this. Yeah, 17 October 2013. Okay. So, when 2007 launched, it had all the old styles of everything. It was dangerous. Let me just go. It was dangerous. Just like, you know, how RuneScape 2007 pre everything basically was. Did we get the Grand Exchange when Old School RuneScape first came out? Hang on. Old School RuneScape Grand Exchange. That's another good thing to talk about. Old School RuneScape Grand Exchange. Oh, wow. You have got to be... Oh, wow. I totally forgot about this. Totally forgot about this. We're making really good time, and hopefully you all are enjoying this video. The Grand Exchange came out, what was it? So Old School RuneScape came out. Old School RuneScape launched 16 February 2013. Yeah, 16 February 2013. This one ended up launching. So Grand Exchange came out. What is this? My brain is a little stupid. 10 days later. 10 days later, the Grand Exchange came out. So for 10 days, we had no Grand Exchange. And we went months without God Wars. It's slowly coming back to me. Okay. So RuneScape was dangerous back then. As just like, you know, RuneScape did 2007. However, over time, it did change. And from 2014, obviously Twitch started really picking up. AKA NightmareRH started moving over there. So did a lot of other people. And some issues started to really arise. 2015, so when I did streaming full-time, and I do want to talk about that in another pod, because I might actually start doing some streaming again. So 2014, 15, 16, 17, I was really like 75 RS3 streaming rather than going all in. Now I'm primarily like 95% old school RuneScape, and I consider myself, you know, retired-ish on RS3, but I really want to get a max cape eventually on old school RuneScape, and so forth and so forth. And that's, you know, it's one of the reasons why my bank has exploded as well, too. Back in 2021, my bank was like 300 mil-ish. And then just, you know, boom. I put all the effort and time into it. But, so, when streamers started to do a lot of stuff on old school RuneScape, such as God Wars, such as staking, PKing, they would be getting dropped. They would be getting attacked. I got attacked a few times, and I'm like, screw this. People were being crashed at God Wars. People were losing a lot of stuff. Not to mention the old school RuneScape servers were a lot less, you know, high powered than they probably are today. A lot less worlds too. So the old school RuneScape team, great team, said, okay, we got to make some changes. I can't remember what year it was. I think it was 2015 or might have been 16. And they pretty much came out and said, okay, we're going to make it so that your gravestone can be blessed and you can get back there in 45 minutes. Cool beans. That is awesome, amazing, salute, you know, great things, right? Fan base, player base, value. They showed that they cared about us. Very, very good. Oh wow, we've been actually talking much longer than I thought. Hopefully you all love these videos. The file size is so big. That's what she said. So anyways, yeah, the old school RuneScape team, they did a great thing by looking out for their fan base, looking out for their content creators, their streamers, and they don't know what happened. It's screen recorder just froze. File size is definitely big, like I said. Oh, that's what she said. But they were looking out for their content creators and streamers. Obviously, they didn't want them to, you know, quit or stop doing what they were doing to get a lot of people on, you know, watching. So that's when they made a lot of these changes. If it wasn't for a-holes on this game, I don't think Death's Office maybe or the gravestone would have been like reworked. But old school RuneScape today is obviously a lot less dangerous. To sum this pod up, if you played RuneScape before the Grand Exchange in winter of 2000 or late autumn of 2007, you remember how dangerous RuneScape used to be. Am I sad that RuneScape isn't that dangerous? Hell no. Hell no. That memory of me almost losing my bank back in 2007 will stay with me forever. Definitely some PTSD. Like RuneScape PTSD, absolutely. I am very happy that RuneScape is not like that. A couple weeks ago when I ended up dying at the Slayer Tower, I was like having like severe just panic attack symptoms because I wasn't sure if I was going to make it back in time or if my internet disconnected. So I'm very happy that there is a Death's Office on old school RuneScape. Not to mention, if you are streaming and you do get crashed or something happens to your internet, like, it's not the worst thing in the world to have RuneScape to back you up. Because we all work hard for our accomplishments on this game. It sucks to die to a random event or something stupid. But yeah, RuneScape used to be dangerous. I'm very glad it's not. All right, I love you all. Keep liking these videos, and I will see you this Thursday with a new video. And yeah, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. If you don't get a notification, just check my channel back during those days, and we'll catch you later. Bye.